This is Golden Delanoy, frontrunner and founder of Authors of the Game LLC, located in sunny Southern California. I'm the author of the game because I've mastered it. What I'm asking you to do is to take your time and pay attention and learn the lessons and the blessings of Slim Sir on this podcast. I want you to share this on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or any social media outlet. So this way, you can obtain correct knowledge that can be beneficial for your life. With this being said, game bless, God bless.
Welcome to episode 15 of Enlightened Game. I am Slim Sir, and this is my audio notebook and my therapy sessions. Last episode, we were talking about the nature of a man and that it was logical. The nature of a woman is emotional, and the reason why a man his role is to lead and guide and protect a woman is because it is only logical to place logic in front of emotion. It is the job of logic to protect emotion. It is the man is symbolic of logic, the woman is symbolic of emotion. Therefore, it is the duty of a man to protect, lead, and guide a woman. Now, real leadership does not lead from behind. Real leadership leads from in front by example. Now, a lot of lames, that's hard for them to understand. They automatically, with their small minds, think, so what, I got to go out and turn dates, lead by example that way? No. That's a small way of, you see, your mind is not even ready to receive the ism if that popped up in your mind. The way you lead a woman by example is by being logical and reasonable. Now, how do you become logical and reasonable? There's only one way for a man to become logical and reasonable. He must live by standards and principles that are logical and reasonable. When he thinks logic, speaks logic, and behaves logically, he becomes automatically what a woman wants by nature, and then he becomes literally irresistible to that woman who's interested in him. There's nothing that she can do about it. She's naturally attracted to him. You understand? Now, as a woman, in today's time, you say, well, it's hard for women to accept the leadership of a man because they've been taught, we're equal, right? And anything that a man can do, she can do, and she can do it better. And that's a false premise that should never be accepted by a woman who understands her own nature. A woman who understands her nature would never want to be in a place of a man. She would always love to be in her own place. You see, the nature of a woman is to be behind a man. And that is not a derogatory thing. She's placed behind the man because she's emotional. If you take the E off of emotion, you have the word motion. And this shows and proves that it is the woman who gives motion or motivation to her man who has a logical purpose and program for himself. If you look at history, you're going to notice a pattern that every great man who had a great idea, whether that idea be for the benefit of society or the detriment of society, every one of them had a woman in their lives and a love interest. You see? A man, now I want you to think now, if nature is balance and everything in nature is balance, and when something in nature is out of balance, we have a problem. This is a reality. Okay? Well, in a relationship, if you want a natural relationship, then the relationship must be balanced. And this is an idea that a lot of men don't want to accept. But I'm here to tell you that just because you have balance in a relationship doesn't mean that you're any less than a leader. And this is what I started to talk about on the last podcast. The male-female relationship, you can understand it when you observe the sperm. The sperm is made up of two parts. It's made up of a head and it's made up of a tail. The head represents intelligence, logic. It knows where it's going. It has a goal. That goal is the egg. It wants to fertilize the egg. But the logic alone, the head of the sperm alone, cannot get to the egg by itself. It needs something to propel it, to push it, to drive it to its goal, which is the egg. What is that drives the head of the sperm? It is called the tail. And the tail provides motion. The head provides direction. The goal provides a goal, a destination. You understand? A purpose. So the man represents the head. He represents that's leadership. And he knows where he's going. But he can't get there unless he is propelled by the tail, by emotion. Brother, this should teach you something. And sister, this should teach you something. Brother, you could be the smartest brother in the world. But if you don't have the force behind you of women, you're not going to get to your goal. And sister, you can be very, very powerful and forceful, but without the head of a man, you're not going anywhere. You see? So in the game, you hear a lot of niggas say, I don't need no bitch. And then recently, in these times, you hear a bitch say, well, I don't need no nigga. That is the dumbest thing that either one of them can say. Because on the streets, in the game, a pimp ain't shit without a hoe, and a hoe ain't shit without a pimp. You see? They both struggling, right? They both want authority. That's where the problem comes in. A man who has an ego wants to exert his authority over a woman, and a woman who's been oppressed wants to exert her freedom. And so you have a struggle there that no one is able to win. But if you go into the situation, understanding that there must be balance, right? Equality. But in that equality, there's also different duties and responsibilities. And being the leader and guide of a woman doesn't degrade or demean a woman. A woman who feels degraded because she is being led by a man is really a foolish woman. And a man who thinks it's a burden to lead a woman is a weak pussy of a man. See, a lot of times I've noticed that brothers are just not strong enough to be in a position of leading a woman. You see, in order to lead a woman, you got to be out in front of her. And sometimes you have to turn your back on her and move forward. That is the definition of leading. Old Jamaican lady taught me, I never forget. She said, you want to be a leader? She said, turn your back on the people and move forward. Whoever follows you, you're their leader. Congratulations. That's so simple, but think about it. If you want to lead a woman, brother, you got to be doing something. You have to be on a mission. You have to be headed someplace, going somewhere, in order for her to follow you, in order for you to become the leader. There's a lot of lazy, no good, nothings talking about they leading a woman, but they sitting on a damn couch. You got to be doing something to really attract a woman, because her nature is to be attracted to advancement. See? Don't matter what you're doing. If a woman sees you and she sees something that she believes in you, and she sees that you working and you advancing towards something, that woman finna stick by your side. And it's easier for her to choose you because her nature sees advancement in you. And if you're advancing for yourself, you will she will benefit from advancing with you. Real shit. But if you're not advancing, you don't give her a motherfucking reason to be even attracted to you. You see? You got to be doing something. I've met more women now since I've been writing books that wanted to really give me their all because they see me doing something. And see, when you're doing something and you have a lot of women coming at you, now you really experience the ism, because now you can pick. Now you become picky. See? You're not no ism if you after every female that you see. No, that's desperation. That's not ism. Really, ism don't even try. Because ism is busy doing what he's doing, so busy doing what he's doing, that he ain't even paying attention to nothing around him. Females pay attention to him. He pay attention to his goal. Chase the goal, never the girl. Chase the goal, man, never the girl. So the nature of a man, right, is logical, reasonable, and he must have a goal for which he's looking towards and working towards. And when those are in place, now he's qualified to get a woman to be behind him, to motivate him forward. The tail can't move you forward if the tail is by your side. The tail can only move you forward if the tail is behind you. So if a woman wants to see you advance and move forward, she's not going to get in front of you in your way. She's not going to stand beside you. She's going to get behind you. And with her emotions, she's going to move you forward. You're already moving forward when you met her, but she's going to give you even more power and force to move forward. Man, brothers, I try to be calm the last 2 episodes to get the idea across to you. Who you are. You're a leader by nature. But you have to come up into the mindset of yourself, which is logical. Anyway, I got 30 seconds, and this is my shameless plug for my website. Go to my website. Y'all been tripping. I can see the book sales. I'm just playing. Go to my website. Buy Glory to the Game or The Rules on Amazon. Leave me a donation if you can. Listen to all my podcasts and check out my YouTube. Thank you so much for this therapy session. I really, really do appreciate it. And I'll see you next episode. Peace.